Welcome everybody to episode 28 of Luke Pipala's show. Look at us, we're all professional and shit. This is great. This is the second episode with the new set. Our new producer Trey. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure. Johnny, thank you so much for coming on, man. This is awesome.
Of course, thanks for having me, my man.
Yeah, of course. Could you just introduce everybody to you and tell them all what you do?
I'm Johnny. I'm known as the Yon Edits. I run a big high school basketball, high school football recruiting Instagram page. Has over 45,000 followers. It's definitely one of the biggest out there right now. I've done work for over probably 40, 50 NBA players.
Really?
So it's been pretty big for the last 3-4 years now.
Who's the biggest NBA player that you've done work for?
Zion, Ben Simmons, or RJ Barrett, or D'Angelo Russell probably.
Really?
One of those four.
Now, how long have you been doing this for?
I've been editing since I was in 5th grade maybe.
Really?
But I didn't start my page till 8th grade. And the 8th grade year I started Yon Edits.
So how'd you get started with everything?
I used to just do it for fun, like little kids in the area.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of my friends have been pushing me to do it forever. Two of my closest friends were just make a page. 'Cause my friend Kyle and I used to edit for fun when we were younger. And it's I had been doing it for so long, I was might as well see what I can do with it.
Yeah. So you just started gaining traction, and then obviously I see your page. I looked before this just in case it grew anymore, and it did. 45,000 followers on Instagram and counting. How'd you get that, and how'd you figure out the algorithm?
Just posting a lot helped a lot, but getting guys to post my work and share my stories, when I tagged them, really brought the big gain. I remember the first big gain was when Nasir Little posted one of my offer interest edits.
Oh wow!
When he was almost committed to UNC, he asked for an edit, posted. He had 150K on Instagram, so a lot of followers came from that. Sharif Cooper, he's really popular on Instagram. He's on the Cavs now. He would post a lot of my edits too, which really helped blow up. So just from that, really brought a lot of followers in when I first started. I started reaching out to everybody who was ranked in the class of 2018 and 19, and they just posted my stuff, and a lot of followers grew from that.
That's awesome. Who was the first big guy that you got to really endorse your page?
His name's Kai Wright. He plays at Pitt. I was making him edits before I started Yon Edits.
Really?
So he promoted me like crazy. Definitely the first guy that really promoted my page a lot. A lot of local guys too though. The first guy, Cam Thompson, with the Boardman last year. He's at Eastern Illinois.
I know who that is. Yeah.
He was one of my good friends still, but he really promoted the page from the start, 9th grade, and from there, a lot of local guys now ask me for edits.
Wow. We were talking about this before. More guys are starting to go to the G League, before the NBA for a multitude of reasons, but the big one is money. Yeah. What do you feel about that, and what's your take on that?
I like the G League route. I think it prepares them better than college because I feel you're playing against pro players who make you better. Everyone who's been in the G League so far has done pretty good in the NBA. Jalen Green went to the G League. He's doing good. Who else? Jane Hardy's going to be a stud. A couple guys. Jonathan Kuminga. Right now, Scoot Henderson. He's going to be a beast in the NBA. So I think it's a good route. But, there's many routes. A lot of people go overseas for a year. Right now, Overtime Elite's been really killing it, too, getting guys. But I like the G League route. I think it's another way. They deserve to get paid. A lot of followers they have and stuff, so...
Do you think Overtime Elite over time might overtake the G League or into popularity, or no? What do you think?
I don't know. It's weird because it's different. They're both different formats. Overtime Elite play against. They have 3 teams they play against, and then they have 3 prep schools they play against. So it's a whole different thing. But I like both. If you do both, it's both way to make money as a young kid and play basketball. Bro. So all you do is work out.
I definitely support people getting the bag.
Yeah, for sure.
I saw recently. Speaking of that, Victor. I saw it. It was Richard Jefferson. This was yesterday.
I saw that.
And he was talking about if it was him and LeBron coming out in the same draft class, he would pick Victor. Is he actually that guy?
LeBron's my favorite athlete. I'm probably the biggest LeBron fan I know, and I can't lie. I've been following Victor since 2020.
Really?
He's so supportive of the page all the time. Best prospect I've ever seen.
Really?
Best player I've ever seen touch a basketball at 18.
Really?
And I've been evaluating a lot of the guys. I've been watching these guys the last 5-4 years, and I've never seen somebody so talented.
What makes him stand out?
It's how a lot of dudes 7 foot are scrawny and injury prone. They can't move as fast, but they can shoot. He can move like a guard. He's big. You don't see that. You don't see someone 7'4" shooting step back threes like that.
Like KD.
Like KD, and like he's not, and he's like kind of muscular for his size. Like he's definitely not scrawny, and like he moves well. I'm a fan of him. I think he's gonna be really, really good. Really good. Like he's gonna be up. Like I don't know, the best ever. In my opinion.
I'm excited to see, man, because he's only like what 18, right?
He's 18 years old. I think he's the best 18-year-old to touch basketball.
That's
ever.
crazy.
I'm not even like joking.
Is that a hot take?
I think it's a good take. Like, I've been telling my friends this forever. Like I've told my friends 2 years ago when he played against Chet and Jay and Ivy in the USA FIBA 17 U thing, and he killed them. He had like 20 and 10 blocks, and he was like 16 then.
That's crazy. How do you feel about Chet?
I think Chet's gonna be good.
I think so too.
I think people underestimate him a lot, but I think he's gonna be really good.
You mentioned before you're like one of the biggest LeBron fans. I saw in your story, which was it was crazy because I had no clue that you were like friends with Bronny. What's that like? And like how is he? Who like?
Bronny made Instagram 3 years ago in May, and I was telling my friends, I'm like, he's gonna follow me. I told my friend Alyssa. Alyssa was telling me, she's like, he's gonna follow you. I was like, I think he will too. 3 days later, I made him a mixtape. He followed me, told me to email him the mixtape and stuff.
Seriously,
I have it on my phone. It's pretty sweet, but it's crazy. Like, I'm a huge LeBron fan. It's a blessing. Like Bronny likes all my Instagram photos on my main. He'll comment sometimes. Come like the two of them.
Are you serious?
He likes them all. Like, it's wild. Like he shows a lot of support to me, and like it means a lot to me because I'm a really big LeBron fan. Yeah. And like definitely like that's been my goal, like to get a connection to LeBron. Like when I was like a little kid, like going to Cavs game, I was gonna get a high five from LeBron. Like me from their son, like
yeah, it's
crazy. Like I would never thought. It's a blessing, honestly. Like I went to watch him play 4th of July at the Classic at St. V's, and I had a media pass. Nobody there got a picture with him besides me.
Seriously,
it was that crazy. Like his manager was like, she's like, "Where's he?" She's like, "What's your name?" I'm like, "Johnny." He's like, "Oh, I'm looking for Jan edits." I'm like, "Oh, that's me." He calls me over. I had about like 8 friends. They couldn't even go back. Just me. Got a picture with him. Like, it's my wallpaper. Like,
dude, that's awesome.
It's my wallpaper. Like, my photo of him on my Instagram page blew up on my main. It had like 1,200 likes.
Dude, last time I remember like checking up on him just like as a player, he was 6 foot, and now like how tall is he now?
6'4".
Yeah, 6'4",
he's a
6'5".
beast. Like I remember that day, like he was like after the game, he's like, I'm gonna call you back over, come to the locker room, took pictures and stuff, chopped it up. I was like so nervous, like I never expected it, but like it's wild. Like he shows a lot of support to me, and I show it back. Like
yeah,
it's hard not to.
That's awesome, man. I remember I graduated from Ursuline, and so I played basketball all 4 years. And in 2018, we were playing a team up in Canton, and that was obviously before LeBron went to the Lakers and all that. So Bronny still lived in that area, and it was crazy. He was watching our game, yeah, and we won, thank God. But it was so cool to see him. Just showing support. Maybe he wasn't showing support. Maybe he was just waiting for another team to play. But it was so cool to see him, man. Where do you think he's going to commit to? Obviously, if you have any insider information,
I have a lot of inside info on most stuff, but I do not know anything about LeBron's recruitment. His recruitment's very low key, probably the most low key recruitment we've seen in a long time.
Yeah,
and I usually have inside info, but I have nothing on this. I don't know where he's gonna go. I think he's gonna be a Buckeye if they make room for him. I hope he's a Buckeye. Like
they'll definitely make room for him.
It makes sense for him to come home. 3-3-0. Columbus is not far off. LeBron wanted to be a Buckeye all his life. He does the uniforms and stuff for him. Like donates a lot to the school. I mean, I think he can be Ohio State, but if not Ohio State, I see him at like UCLA or Oregon, somewhere by home, Pac-12. But we'll see. You never know. Do
you think that LeBron and Bronny will be able to play together?
I mean, that's the plan. Hopefully, I'd love to see it.
Me too, bro. The first time ever.
That's like a goal. It's like a dream come true.
I feel like just ratings for whatever the team is, man. Lakers, Cavs, it would just explode, the money, bro.
It'd be crazy.
It would be so lucrative to see that happen, bro.
100%.
What team do you think it would be?
I think maybe Lakers, Cleveland. I don't know.
You think?
It's hard to know about LeBron what he wants to do. Like, you don't know.
Bro, what if they just go complete 180 and they go Sacramento Kings?
It changed basketball. Like, no one would expect that because the Kings been poverty for so long. Like, they'd blow up from it.
Bro, I would love to see that for sure. You mentioned you had a lot of insider information. What's like?
Not as much anymore. I used to have a lot. Like we have people from like rivals and 247 Sports. Like we used to reach out to and like talk a lot about the recruitment stuff. But like players tell me where they go before they commit.
Really?
I'm one of the first people they know. Like not even like their family.
What's that like?
Very low key. Like they're like, you gotta like it's just like I'll tell you where I'm going, but no one can know. Like I make the edits for them before. Only their family would know, and I know. Like my best friend's committed to Iowa State. He's from Austintown. My best friend taking me on all his visits and stuff. And like when he was committing, like I was there when Iowa State called for his offer.
Really?
And like 2 weeks later, he was like, I think I'm gonna go there. And like I saw the phone call and he got the offer, which is crazy. And like, cause like that was the first time I've like seen a player like live tell me where he's gonna go. He told me like personally, like I'm gonna go here, make my edit. Nobody knows besides my mom and dad and my sister. And like, it's crazy. 'Cause, like you can't tell anybody. Like even like when someone like online, like they'll text me like, "Yo, I'm going to Ohio State. I want the edit by Thursday, Tuesday." Don't tell anybody. We'll post at the same time. So it's
Dude,
sweet.
that's gotta be that's so cool.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy. Especially when he told me in person. Like
Yeah,
I was there when he
bro.
got the offer. Like he was in my car. We were driving home, and like they called it like, "Hey, we're gonna offer you."
That's so
He
cool.
visited like a week later and he like loved it.
So like, and you don't have to say like whatever, but like generally, how much would you make from like a simple edit?
I charge like for jersey swap commitment at like 40. Videos I charge like 50, 60. Like basic offer it's like 20. So
I got you. I see like the reels and the videos on your page. Like, how much time does it take to usually chop up like a reel or a video?
It really depends. I have a really good team right now. Like I'm not doing too much with the page right now. I have like my 3 guys, Ethan, Tyler, and George, and JB the 4th. But Ethan and Tyler like really been doing a lot for me lately. They kind of took it over and like they've been killing it. Like these 2 kids, they do a great job. What? Oh no! My friend, he's from Florida. Like, does a great job.
Okay.
And George does a lot of our edits right now. Like the best. I've known him for like 3 years now from like his old page. So we've been kind of like have a nice little team going right now.
Yeah.
Like right now, my job is to do the shirts and stuff, the
I got you.
merchandise.
Which the shirts are quality. Look at the shirts.
Oh,
right
yeah.
there, man. The shirts are quality. You see this? Look at that. I'm a fan. How long have you been like in business with these guys?
Almost 2 years now.
Really? How did you like meet them?
It just got really busy with me, so I was like, I'm gonna like try to like bring some people in, help me run the page. Cause I don't have time. I can't do it myself. It's hard.
Yeah.
Like,
I bet. Yeah.
I was in high school. I was like trying to like have fun in high school.
Exactly.
Live my life. Like I'm in college now. I'm still busy. And I was like, I really like got a relationship with these dudes. I trusted them a lot. I mean, that's a big trust. And like they killed it. They're killing it. Like I'm happy. I couldn't find 3 better dudes.
Yeah, bro. Going back to the NBA, we were talking about this before as well. Draymond Green and Jordan Poole. That shit was all over my
saw that shit,
timeline,
yeah.
bro. What do you think is gonna happen?
My friends and I, we have a big like we play softball in the summer. We have a big group shot, like 20 of us, and that's all we talked about yesterday. I don't know. I think it was really a big situation. Like Jordan Poole, like if I'm him, I'm leaving. Like I can't play with somebody after that.
But he's under contract.
He's the future of the team, though. Like you,
I agree. He's
like,
the future.
You can't f that up. But I don't know. I think they can like screw it out. Like they just won a championship together. Like
Yeah,
you got to keep it going.
exactly, bro.
They can win this year again. They're the best team in my opinion.
I think. How many years do you think they could just dominate?
3-4 probably.
I think more.
They don't like.
It's that culture, man.
Yeah, they know how to win. They know how to win in any circumstance.
And not growing up, but like in high school, Draymond Green was my favorite player just because like he's not afraid to say what's on his mind.
No, at all.
And he'll do anything to win, kind of like a Dennis Rodman.
Yeah,
type,
agreed,
bro.
agreed.
But no, I think they're gonna keep it together. I really do.
Yeah, I think it'll be all right.
It's insane. I want to talk about also Kevin Durant and Kyrie in the East. What are your thoughts on like them getting back together?
I'm not the biggest like. I mean, I like Kyrie and Kevin Durant. I think it's a good duo. I'm a big Ben Simmons guy. I think they can work out and be really good.
Okay.
Like, I think they like definitely championship potential, but they just gotta stay healthy and work it out.
Do you think Ben Simmons is even gonna play?
Yeah, I think he'll play. I think he's gonna be good. I think he's gonna be really good this year.
I hope so.
I hope so too. That's my dude. Like we talked like last week
Listen, really?
on the DMs on my main.
What was that like?
It was good. I shared my story to him, and I was like, back in the day, we used to support you all the time. I was like, you remember? And he was like, yeah, of course I do. Like, he's like, I appreciate that, brother. Of course I remember. Like,
Oh, that's cool.
it's a lot of love. Like, he's like the first dude. Like, I'll show the camera right now. Like, that's Ben Simmons. Like, the man.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
No, I hope he's good because literally I've been a fan. I don't get why people like would hate on him.
Yeah.
Because like he's such a generational talent.
Yeah, he
man.
is. Like, he had LeBron hype. Like,
exactly.
when he
No,
was
I
getting
remember. Yeah.
And he's been good so far. Like 3-4-time All-Star, All-NBA.
Yeah.
Like one of the best defensive players in the league. Like
Probably the best passer in the league.
yeah. Like I think he'll be good this year. He's gonna prove a lot of people wrong. I think. Hopefully.
Yeah, bro. It's I hope so, man.
I hope so too. That'd be sweet.
Another thing, speaking of the Nets, bro, you see Lana Rhodes,
Yeah.
and it was like, who's the baby
Blake, I
daddy?
think
Is it
Blake
Blake?
Griffin.
You think Blake?
I think Blake. Yeah.
Bro, I think it's Blake too.
Yeah, Blake.
Kevin Durant kind of like shied away from all that talk. He's really
he gets hoops, Kevin Durant. He talks shit on Twitter and hoops.
Yeah, exactly, bro. He's one of my favorite players for sure. You mentioned right there, you're like in contact with Ben Simmons. How many years have you been like in contact with these professional athletes?
Ben Simmons, since I was in 5th grade.
Really? What's that like?
Okay, so I started editing, except my friend Kylan. Mm-hmm. We just did it for fun. And we made a page. We were like, we made a page for fun. It was me and him were editing. And we're like, let's like hit up some top high school guys. Hit up D'Angelo Russell. Made him an edit. He loved it. He posted it. Mm-hmm. But we were like in 6th grade. We don't have like the screenshots then. I was like,
of course.
We were like 12. And I was like, I'm DM Ben Simmons. And like he knows that he was the first guy I showed. We were texting like 5th grade when he was in high school. First guy I reached out to. And like since then, like he remembers me 10 years later. Like it's crazy.
Dude.
Like, I don't know, like it's wild. Like I don't know how it happened. And like he always just like I'll post it on my story, he'll always like it. Like that's crazy.
Dude, what a G.
Yeah, I'll never forget it. Like
that's so cool that we like in our generation we have the ability to like contact these NBA anybody.
Because we haven't talked in a while,
athletes.
and at the end of the other day, I was like, and I sent to Kylan first thing. I was like, because like he's the one who saw me do it. Because he's like one of my biggest supporters of all this stuff. And I was like, bro, look at this like shit. Ben Simmons DM me back, and remember me from 10 years ago. We were in my basement DMing him as 5th graders. Like,
man, shout out Ben Simmons for real. If he's, I mean, he probably
real.
won't watch
I'll send him. I'm gonna send him 100%.
But shout out Ben Simmons. That's awesome, man. He's a G.
Love for him. Oh my god, one of my favorites.
That's awesome.
Big G.
Yeah, we're really blessed to grow up in a time where like we could communicate with our favorite athletes like that, bro. Mm-hmm. Like I remember it was back in probably 7th grade for me, and the Cavs weren't really that good. I think it was before they got LeBron. Maybe it was in 6th grade. Yeah. Whenever they had the 33-win season. Yeah. I don't know if you remember Carrick Felix.
No, I do not.
He was he's a bench player, a role player on the team. Maybe probably like the 12th man. But I DM'd him like a message like, oh, I appreciate you, bro, whatever. Yeah. I was probably cringy, but he liked the message. Yeah. I was like, that's so cool.
No, I agree. Like, it is. It's a different feeling when you see that shit.
Well, even messaging, he's not a professional athlete, but he's somebody that we're going to have on the show soon. I'll mention off camera who it is. I don't want to give it away, but it's a pretty big guest. And he messaged me back, and it was like all through DMs. I think it's the coolest thing. We're truly blessed to, I don't mean to get like sounding religious or whatever, but
I like that.
We're truly blessed to like grow up in a time right now where there's so much access to technology.
It's a blessing. Like who I've connected with. Yeah. The stuff I've been like the places I've been because of this like page. Like I couldn't be more like happy. Like the people I've connected with.
Yeah, bro.
Even from home, like my best friend from home. I mentioned him earlier in Iowa State. Mm-hmm. He took me like when he was getting recruited last year. He took me to Ohio State for a visit, Cincinnati for a visit.
Really?
Like it was crazy. Like the best experience I've ever had.
Really? What was like your day, or your days, I should say, on that recruitment trip?
So like,
what was it like?
I'm gonna say the name first. Cam Smith, he was all South Fitch. Mm-hmm. He's their DB. So last year he was getting all like the hype started coming up. Laws schools hitting him up. Notre Dame, Cincy, Illinois, all these schools, and he was like, "Going to Ohio State." I'm a big Ohio State fan. I was like, "Oh, of course, bro, let's do it." Yeah. So we went. We left like 5 a.m. We got there. Like he'd been there already in the summer, so he's like, "I'm gonna show you everywhere." Like he wanted me to see everything.
That's sweet.
So I was like, we went to the Woody, saw that. Like we saw like they have like a basketball court inside there. We went there. All like the weight rooms and stuff, the practice fields. It was crazy. We go to the hotel, met Ryan Day and stuff.
Really?
Walked like we got a golf cart ride around everywhere. Like it was sweet. I got so many pictures from it. We won the field before the game. Took pictures. It was awesome. Ate there. Like the best experience ever. Like
what was the food like?
It was good. Like they killed it. Like, chicken, mac and cheese, everything. Like, it was good. We ate twice. It was good. It was really nice. And then we went to Cincinnati in November. Me, him, and we brought our friend Tooney came with us too. Mm-hmm. And like we great time there. Only us 3 went, and we had a really good time. They had like a catwalk, like all the players walked down and stuff. It was cool. It was college game day, first time at Cincy ever.
No way.
So it was a dope experience.
That's awesome.
We sat like the recruits there sit like by the student section, so it was really cool. Ooh. At Ohio State on the 50, like row 2. And I know all the basketball guys, and they sat right by us. Like Michi Johnson. Yeah. It's my dude, like my favorite. Like I've met him 10 times.
LeBron's nephew.
I know his family well. Like they all know me really good.
That's awesome.
So I was talking to him during the game and stuff. It was cool. But no, it was a dope recruitment trip. I'm happy you brought me there. Like he brought me 2 of them. Like not many people can say like your best friends are gonna visit.
Yeah, bro, that's awesome. I remember the closest thing I had to that was I played football in high school, and I went on a recruiting trip to John Carroll, small Division III school. But we made sure we ate, good, bro, because those college buffets, like, they don't mess around.
No, they don't.
It was really cool, and that's insane. So like, is that the furthest you've ever went for like your business, should we say?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much like not many people can go on a recruitment visit with a friend. Like most people, like most athletes who go on those visits, they bring their family.
Family, yeah.
But he didn't know this family, and like me and him are very close. Like I went to this game last night. First time I got to see him in 3 months. Like we hang out like almost every day in the summer. Like we're very close, and like he brought me there twice. Like I was fortunate to go once, to go twice. So it was a great experience. Like I'm really happy to see like the inside stuff with all that stuff and see how it works. Because like even during his recruitment process, like he told me everything. If the school reached out to him, he'd tell me like.
That's awesome.
Like we were very close. I made all his edits for her and stuff.
Really?
So it was dope to like, cause I would like do these dudes recruitment things, but like online, I wouldn't like see in a person how it is.
Yeah.
And I finally got like I got that, like we got really close over the last like 2 years. Like I got to see the whole process of him. Yeah. And it's sweet because like I got to witness it in person too. I got to witness the phone calls. I mean, it gets annoying sometimes. I'd be in the car and like 4 coaches would call him. Well, like it's cool. Like.
What was that like? Because obviously how long have you known each other?
Probably like 3 years.
So like, what was it like before? Just seeing his progression and growing. What was that like?
It was cool. Cause I always told him like, bro, like you're gonna go Power 5. You're gonna get big. I was telling my friends like, dude, I'm telling you, this kid's gonna be something. And like last year he really blew up with it. Like he had a really good year, and this year's having a good year too. They're like 7-1. But yeah, it's dope.
That's awesome.
I'm happy. Man. Like even like with Cam Thompson, that's the first dude to hit me up around here. Like I always call my OG. Like,
yeah.
And like even with him, he's playing D1 football too. Like he's gonna be a stud too, where he's at. So it's good to get to see those two like progress like that.
Do you think that they'll make it to the NFL?
Hopefully. I've been telling Cam, man, I'm banking on it. I really hope you do. Like,
bro, I root for anybody from here that's Division
He's leaving early for college. I mean,
there we go.
17 years old, going to Iowa State in 2 months.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
Our area has so many football players. I think everybody knows the most notable right now is Lynn.
Yeah, Lynn.
It's nuts just the amount of talent that we have out of this area, man. I want to circle back. You talking about the recruiting trip, Cincinnati and Ohio State. Yeah. What was like the main difference? Not good or bad, just a difference between those two visits.
Ohio State had a little more to offer. Like Ohio State. They got the funding. Like, nothing's like it. They like. I guess like hard to explain. Like, there's nothing like Ohio State.
Yeah, definitely just the atmosphere, the culture.
It was sweet. It was sweet. I really liked it. It was really.
Yeah, bro.
They did a lot. Like they make you like, wow, like I'd go here if I was a top recruit. Like,
yeah, bro.
The way they treat you, like there's nothing like it.
Mm-hmm. When you were going on these recruiting trips, were there any more, or were those the only 2?
Like he went with all his family too. So like, the 2 I went to, like the 2 of the biggest ones he went. He went to Notre Dame. He went to a couple other ones, Boston College.
Really?
I mean, he went to Iowa State. Yeah, he went to a lot.
Wow. Then you mentioned that obviously you do football edits too. What all do you do for that?
I don't do too many. Like a lot, I do some Ocean guys now. I've done some for them, but a lot of fixtures around here has me do them. But not many football guys. Like, I did like Julian Fleming. He's at Ohio State.
Yeah, I know Julian Fleming.
I just came in at it.
No, he's a pretty big player.
He's more player in the
he was the number 1 exactly.
I mean,
bro.
I do some football.
I followed him. Yeah, that was sweet. Have you ever been like do some of these guys like invite you to what's the word I'm looking for, like the day, like when the signing day?
Oh yeah, I've been invited a couple times.
Really?
I've never really like had time to go. Like John Hughley's at Pitt right now. He went to the NBA. He invited me to a visit, but I got my license that day, so I couldn't go. So when he was visiting Pitt, he invited me, but I couldn't go that day. I'm gonna invite a couple of these guys grad parties and stuff.
What's that like?
Michi Johnson invited me to his. I wish I could have went. I had someone else's that day, but it feels good. Like when they're texting me like my grad parties this day, come like it's awesome because it means they appreciate you that much.
Yeah, bro, definitely.
Like when like what do you do for them? Like they really appreciate it. Like that's how it makes Cam. Like he appreciated that much. He brought me 2 visits. Like
yeah, bro.
Like even with those dudes that made me grad party, like John Hughley, he went to Brush an hour away. He talked every day, FaceTime every day about like just talk about like sports and stuff. And like he'd invite me to. He let me come to Pitt with him. I wish I could have went.
That's so awesome,
and
bro.
He always give me tickets. If I want tickets to a game, he'll get me tickets to a game. Yeah. He'll always give me a ticket if I want a ticket.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, who was like the furthest guy away from you that you do work for, if that makes sense?
All across the country.
Really?
Everywhere. California, do guys like Jared McCain. That's the big guy I've done some work for. Mikey Williams, I've done a lot of work for. Bronny, obviously. Jalen Green, I've done work for. Everyone's a lot of the Cali dudes. Josh Christopher, a lot of Cali guys. Really popular names.
Yeah.
1 million followers on Instagram. Those 5 dudes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Is there like any pressure? Because I feel like for me, if I were to do this, like I'd feel a lot of pressure. Like, are they gonna like it? I would like kind of torture myself.
Oh, there's pressure.
Yeah.
But like,
how do you deal with it?
I mean, when they post it in front of a million people to see, like they go. I just been on Bleacher Report, ESPN, Sports Center, SB Nation, Sports Illustrated. I've had edits on. It's definitely pressure. Like people don't like, oh, you're just making a graphic, but like when you're graphics, when you have 45,000 followers on Instagram,
it's expected.
People are expecting you to put your best work out there all the time. Like when I started this, I was like, I'm just gonna put it out. I like the thing, but like once I got really big with it, like people are gonna DM me like, oh, that is trash. Like people have told me like, your edits are ass. Like,
well, it's a lot of people are just gonna troll
because people are gonna want to see you put your best work out all the time. And like when I do a commitment edit for a big guy, like I've done so many. I can't even like name you. Like Michi Johnson, he's a 200K on Instagram. Like when I do an edit for him, I want to make it look good for the whole world to see it. Like
of course
to follow you on edits, buy an edit off of you on. Like for people. So it's definitely a lot of pressure when you're making a commitment edit. Like you want it to be your best work all the time.
You mentioned just now that you said, you know, people sometimes will DM you say like that's trash. How do you like deal with the negatives?
Because
it is funny. I agree, but you know, there could be that one comment that like gets you down for days. Like, how do you deal with that?
I mean, I've been down before in the past, but like I've pretty much dealt with it. Like I've done everything I want to do with this page. Like I couldn't be more blessed to be like, oh my god, man, it's been on Sports Center, ESPN, like. Who could say that? Like, I was a 16-year-old kid getting edits on Bleacher Report. 16-year-old kids are just getting their license.
Yeah.
I'm here getting on Bleacher Report, ESPN, like, making edits for the top guys in the NBA now. Like, McDonald's All-Americans, when the kids got to, like, the McDonald's All-American game, they want their edit from me. I make it. Like, you know the kid with one arm, Hanso?
Yeah.
He got off from Memphis last year. And I'm going to find you the thing because I want to show the camera.
I remember the mixtape.
He got off from Memphis last year. And I made his edit. I gotta find it somewhere. I'm sorry, on my phone during this thing. I made his edit to Memphis and got the offer, and it blew up everywhere. You name it, it was on every website.
Really?
I'm gonna find it right now.
Yeah, bro.
I want to show the camera though. Really
I remember watching his mixtapes and just thinking that's so insane. Just like the fact that he
Russell Westbrook. Put some of my edits one time.
That's sweet.
Russell Westbrook right there.
Like, these are the guys that we literally looked up to.
One of my favorite players was Westbrook.
Same here. I think
like Jalen Green. Text message with him. That's just a text message though.
Yeah.
Jalen Green. Hanso Slam posted it.
That's sweet.
House of Highlights posted it. Sports Center's post. House of Highlights.
That's so cool.
Jan S is like in the thing. You see it?
Yeah.
It's on ESPN, an article. And I was 17 at the time. Like, what 17-year-old kid?
What are you thinking? Like, how do you?
I just go crazy. I tell my friends. That's my friend's first thing. Like, dude, I think ESPN. But like, their support has come a like that shit like gets me going. Like,
yeah.
Like my best friends, like those dudes support my page so much. And, like it's really like a blessing to have good friends like that. Cause they always are like, you know, man. They tell me like you're gonna make it. Like,
yeah, you're
destined to make it. And like that shit like means everything to me.
Yeah,
because,
bro.
Like, when people are turning down the back, like you make you want to go harder. And, like, cause I want to be a sports agent on Border. That's my goal. Like, I want to be a sports agent. Like, that's like my thing since I was a little kid. Like,
yeah, well, you're definitely making connections now.
Yeah, I've been trying my best. Like, it's a process, but I mean,
how do you plan to like get into that like further?
Like, I'm majoring in sports management and marketing right now in Miami.
Okay.
And from there, we'll see like how it goes. Like, I really want to do something like with athletes. Like,
yeah, bro.
I feel like Mike, that's always been a thing for me. Like, people have been telling me since you're a little kid, like, John, that's like your thing. Like, you're gonna be famous.
Yeah.
Like, that's what everyone's been telling me, and like, I love to hear it. But,
yeah,
like,
bro.
It's not, like,
who knows? But
who knows?
It definitely helps to have that positive reinforcement behind you, bro.
Like,
have you ever kind of like seen people trying to leech on to you that weren't with you in the beginning? Because you said, you know, you have friends that like there's just support. But have you ever had people that like they weren't rocking with you in the beginning?
I mean, a lot of people like definitely text me about it all the time. Like when I met Bronny, a lot of people hitting me up like I barely even knew. But like my friends from like or my friend groups like kids from JFK and Hallen, and like those kids just always like show so much support to me. Like,
that's awesome, man.
Like all the time, like no matter what. Like they always like will tell me like, "Yon, this is dope." Like I always tell them that like before a player commits, we have a group chat called Jay Bernanke, and like it's like 6 of us, and I always send it to them because they're like my 5 closest friends, and I always want their opinion because like they follow sports a lot, and they're like, you know, it's good, it's bad, and I'll change it up if it's bad. So I always show them before a lot of the time because my close friends. But no, not many people. Like definitely a lot of people like have hit me up for the ads and stuff once they got big and stuff. But like, no, nothing like that though.
That's good, man.
I try to avoid that stuff because like when Bronny and like started following me and stuff, and like the picture, like a lot of people were like kind of like right on that. But like, you expect that.
It sucks, especially around here, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they just pile on when they see something that's even a tad bit successful.
Yeah.
When I want to go back to when you were just starting it out. Did you ever project yourself being like in this spot? So it was all about manifesting.
I had a good vision. Like,
what was the vision?
I just always thought like my work I really can get something big with this. Like, I've been doing this since I was in 5th grade on the trampoline in my friend's backyard. His back trampoline making edits for 5 hours. Me and my brother Nick and my friend Kyle for 5 hours. We were sitting on the trampoline making edits about anything. And 8th grade, I was in my basement with my friend Kylan, Victor, and Nick, and they were like, "Oh, what's the name of it?" Victor was like, "Jan Edis," because my name Greek. I'm Johnny. My name is Greek Yanni. Jan for short. I was like, "All right, Victor, I'm gonna do it like that." Like, I like the name. It got really catchy. Everyone calls me Jan. Like all my friends do. Some Johnny, but most call me Jan. And like, I just really visioned it to be big. Like, I just think like how I connected with all the athletes before me on my page really helped. Like. Oscar Toshibwe, Messiah Austin, they went to Kenny Catholic. They both played D1 basketball.
Yeah, I know who you're talking
Everyone
about.
knows Oscar, Player of the Year. They support me a lot before I made my page. They were a big help too.
I remember we played against Maceo. It was just for a scrimmage. It was junior year. And we were like, oh, yeah, we'll compete. Yeah. We'll compete. Sure. We ended up losing by 50 and a half.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, okay, that's enough of this. We're done. It was bad. But no, those guys are, all the guys you mentioned, bro, like top in the world, bro. Like, it's insane.
Definitely. I definitely visioned it a little bit. Like, I kind of felt I could do something really big with it.
So you definitely feel like there's something to like manifesting and just like believing. I
mean, if you put your mind to it, like how hard I worked with this, like
I bet.
I put my all into it. Like I was working like I'm not trying to quarterback. I worked my ass off. Like
no, you
like my friends like I was editing like all day. I'd be in school making edits for people. Like that's all I think about is like posting 3 times a day. Like during COVID, I post 4 times a day.
Oh, I bet.
I grinded so hard. Like, and I'm happy now if people are doing it for me because like I work really hard. Like I put everything to this page.
Yeah.
So like it means a lot. Like seeing 45,000 followers on Instagram, being on ESPN, being on Sports Center, Bleacher Report. Like, who would have thought?
Yeah, bro.
Like a 16-year-old. I started a 14-year-old kid making edits for Zion Williamson, RJ Barrett, who are NBA All Stars. John Moran hit me up for net. John Moran hit me up for net. He's at Murray State.
Really?
John freaking Moran.
Damn.
Like who the fuck would have thought John Moran hit me up for an edit?
And he was big back then, but you see him now.
March Madness. He's a top player in the NBA almost. Like,
he might be top 5.
Yeah, like people argue all the time. Like John Moran hit me up for that. I forgot about that. The DM right in my phone. I have a lot of DMs. Like it's crazy. Like
dude, that is so cool. So how do you like? Do you ever feel like you kind of feel like a little bit cocky, or how do you keep yourself level-headed? Because bro, if that was me, it would be so hard.
People say I'm cocky sometimes. I try to be humble. I really do. But it's hard not to like show it off.
You're not coming off as cocky at all. I don't think you're coming off as cocky. If anybody feels that he's coming off as cocky, just end the video. But like, how do you balance that?
It's hard not to be like I post all the time.
Yeah, of course.
It's hard not to like when you're 17, 16 years old and you see Zion Williamson comment on your photos on Instagram and like Bronny, like you're gonna post it. Like, what are you gonna do? Just sit there and look at it?
No,
like,
you gotta blow it up.
Like it's wild to me. Like
exactly.
Even like, I mean, I try to be humble. I really do try to be humble. Like, because I feel like most kids in my position will be way more cocky than I am.
You
like,
think?
I feel like most kids who have 45K on Instagram, me and all these NBA dudes, have been on all these visits, would be a little more like cocky than that. But I really try to be humble. I'm good at everybody. Like,
yeah.
I'm trying to be friends. I'm friends with everybody. Like, I'm trying to be cool with everybody. Like, if you support me, I'm gonna support you. Like,
yeah.
I show love to everybody who shows love to me. Like, I've always been like that.
Definitely, bro. I think, yeah. And here's the thing: those top tier NBA players or collegiate athletes, whatever the case may be, bro. Like, if you had a personality where you were cocky, maybe you wouldn't get some of those other dudes. You know what I mean? So I think it all works. I don't think you're cocky at all by any stretch of the imagination. Obviously, I'm wearing the brand tee, which is awesome. Do you plan to expand like the apparel in the future?
Yeah, I think we're talking about crew necks and hoodies right now.
Okay.
Maybe like a new style we're gonna try to do with it, like a new design. But
I got you.
The shirt's been doing good so far.
How do you get them made right now? Is it through a website?
Nightline.
Okay.
Shout out Nightline. They do
I got you. Yeah. So how does that work? Like you have it made there. Do you go pick it up?
I picked it up on Thursday.
Okay, and how are you like? Are you just mailing them out, or
I'm dropping them off and stuff. A lot of my high school, a lot of my hometown friends bought them. Like all the hometown homies bought them.
Of course.
So like a lot of people supported it. Like
that's great, man.
all the people who bought a shirt like really close to me mean a lot to me. So I'm happy that I kind of knew they would all buy one. I'm happy they all did.
Do you plan to like expand the clothing game?
I mean, we might have to. We've been talking about it lately because it's been selling really good. So we'll see. A lot of people want me to do hoodies. A lot of people want me to do hoodies. So
Yeah. What are some of the other plans besides like the hoodies? Because I would buy a hoodie.
I don't know. Maybe crew necks. I don't know. We haven't talked too much into it yet. Like, there's a lot to discuss with that stuff. We're just trying to keep expanding the brand, but
I got you.
Well, there's a lot of work to do.
I got you. You know, it would be cool if you like. And I'm not trying to suggest anything because I own a business too, and it's like when people like they say, "Oh, you should do this, you should do that,"
Yeah.
it annoys the hell out of me.
No,
so
I feel that.
I'm not saying you should do anything, but something cool would be like if you could have like a deal with like, say, I don't know, a Zion Williamson, like put him on the shirt, and then in the corner you have your logo, kind of like maybe I don't know from like an exact picture that you posted, kind of like that. I don't know. I just feel like that'd be cool.
That'd be tough. Yeah.
I don't know. But,
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, obviously, I don't want to tell you to do anything because I'm not that type of a guy.
Yeah.
I know it annoys the hell out of me when people are like, oh, no, you should do this, you should do that. Which brings me to my next question. Like, have you ever encountered people that'll tell you, oh, you should cover this player, you should do this, trying to, like, push you in a direction where you're not comfortable based off, like, I don't know, your account per se?
Not really. But, like, my friends who, like, follow recruiting, they'll be like, hey, DM him, Jan. And I'll DM him, like, make him an edit. I'm like, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's big. Like, my friend Michael, he follows the football a lot. And he'll be like, DM us recruit for an edit or something. I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, something.
Yeah.
Because I like to, like, I don't know every recruit in the world who's good.
Yeah.
So, like, if they know him, I'm going to DM him. I'll, like,
Yeah.
try to, like, see how it goes.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's a good thing because the toxic energy, I'm not a fan of that.
I love
at
the
all.
questions. Good question.
Yeah, I'm
I like it. I like it.
Spitfire.
I love it.
Have you ever been to like a basketball recruitment? Because you talked about the football recruitment in the first part of the video, but have you ever been on a real basketball recruiting trip?
No.
Is that something like that you would?
I've been to a lot of big games, like a lot of big showcases and stuff.
What kinds?
So like the Battle Official was the last 2 years at St. V's. A lot of big athletes played there.
Oh my gosh. I remember when we played St. V's.
It wasn't just St. V's. Like it was like it was like an AU thing at St. V's.
Yeah.
Like Bronny and them were there. A lot of top ranked guys in 2024 were there, like 2 5-stars. I brought my friends there this year.
Mm-hmm.
But I brought my friend Michael Tino and Sam there last year, and we met like Chris Livingston, Victorious Miller's like the number 8 guy in the country in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Like I met Bronny this year. I met Michi Johnson last year. We met a lot of guys. Like this year, we went to see Gabe Cupps. I might do that. I got to see Gabe Cupps play twice this year. I got a picture with him.
Mm-hmm.
I brought my friend Dylan and Fernando to see Gabe Cupps play this year. We got a picture after the game and stuff. It was
That's
sick.
sweet.
Yeah.
Bro, you mentioned St. V's. I got flashbacks. Junior year, we were playing St. V's, and they were quote unquote down that year, but that's because they just had a bunch of new players, like freshmen and sophomore starting on varsity, whatever.
Yeah.
And they had played all good competition in the state and then out of the state too. So the record didn't really reflect how good they were.
Yeah.
And of course, us, like our tallest guy at the time was 6'5", and he was playing small forward.
Who?
His name's Ethan Courtney. You probably don't know who he is. But, like, yeah, and we weren't really good that year either because we all had, like, a bunch of new starters. So, whatever. I thought, okay, let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
So, we went there. Right off the bat, I hit a 3. And then probably 3 minutes later, I hit another 3 in the first quarter. And I was like, oh, shit, I'm about to drop 30 on St. V's. This is about to be great. And then so it's the end of the third quarter, or no, excuse me, end of the first quarter, and my friend Ethan's at the free throw line, right? And all of a sudden, LeBron walks in.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like this larger than life figure, bro. It was like, I don't want to sound sacrilegious, but it looked like God was just walking in, and it was like a movie, bro. Literally, like it was so crazy.
What was the score of that game?
Well, they put the press on us, and then we ended up losing by 50. But the point is they put on for Braun when he came. But bro, it was just crazy.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, and we were only down by 10 at the end of the first quarter. Mm-hmm. But after he came in, bro, everything changed.
Yeah,
it was insane.
That's
bro.
funny.
It was crazy. What's like your craziest story for like anything, your business or recruitment stories. What's like the craziest story that you have just from this whole experience? Because you've gotta have a couple like crazy stories from this.
Oh man, that's a good question. That's a really good question. I gotta think about this one.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be something like stories you can't tell. Whatever you can tell. I'm not trying to pressure you for like anything.
I think the Bronny thing, when security came to me and was like, "Where's the on edits at?" I'm like, "Oh, that's me." It's like Bronny wants to have you take a picture with him in the back. Only one there got a picture with him the whole place.
And what's that feeling like, man?
Surreal. It was actually crazy. Like, I was walking back there so happy. My friends were like laughing. They saw me walking back in the locker room. I was like smiling my ass off. Like I was so happy.
That's such a cool moment, man. I also want to get to what do you want to do with this account like in the future?
I haven't really thought about that yet.
Really?
It's hard to think about. Like I don't really know what we're doing yet with it.
I got you.
Just gonna keep pushing and keep growing the page out.
Yeah. Do you have any ideas?
Not yet.
I got you. Are you on YouTube? Was the account on YouTube yet?
Nope.
I got you. So it's just Instagram.
We have like a TikTok and Twitter too, but mostly Instagram.
Okay.
We don't really use TikTok or Twitter at all.
I got you. Yeah, I mentioned obviously
Yeah.
beforehand. I don't really mess with TikTok.
Yeah.
They banned me on my old account
Yeah,
when I was trying to make just like shorts or whatever, just comedy, whatever, and got banned. So I don't really mess with TikTok. Plus the algorithm's kind of weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's weird on Instagram right now too. The algorithm.
Yeah.
It's really weird on Instagram right now.
Yeah, well, it's crazy because they're giving smaller creators a bigger platform, whatever. They're as far as
They're
I
making
know.
you work harder on the bigger pages. Like it's
Yeah.
been really weird. Like once COVID hit, it like changed the algorithm. Like changed completely.
How so?
I don't know. It's just like I feel like after COVID, we didn't grow as much. Like before COVID, we were killing it. We were growing so much more followers. It's weird, but like, I mean, it's picking back up again though, a little bit. It's picking back up.
Yeah. I feel like Instagram's trying to transform into something more than just like a.
I think they want to add like they're trying to be like TikTok and Snapchat at the same time too.
Yeah.
They're trying to do a little too much.
I don't know.
I love the old Instagram the way they used to do it. Like
Yeah, that's what everybody says, bro.
you don't gotta add all that stuff in. Like people like the way it was before. Like
Yeah, they're trying to
they're
make
trying
it,
to compete with it a little too
they're
much.
trying to make it like a search engine now.
Yeah.
I saw. I don't know. I feel like definitely as a company, you can't stay stagnant. You have to definitely.
always have to
improve.
change some stuff up and improve.
But
Yeah.
if the people want something, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't know. It's just like, when does innovation just run completely in the way of what people want? You know what I mean? I know I'm still going to be using Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, I always do. I love
I
Instagram.
don't think anybody will pose a threat to Instagram in the future.
Yeah.
I did see though Elon. You know Elon Musk is like he bought Twitter.
Yeah, he bought Twitter.
And then somebody asked him like, "What's next?" And he's like, "This is all for the Everything app. This is all like setting the groundwork for." He might have called it like X the Everything app, but apparently it's supposed to be like everything.
Yeah,
so
that's
like
different.
video calls, texting, social media, like pictures and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
that's different.
what are your thoughts on that, bro? Like,
It's crazy. I mean, technology's getting crazier and crazier. Like everything's been changing. So.
bro, you know what scares me is Neuralink. Have you heard of Neuralink? All right, we're going down the rabbit hole. So what Neuralink is basically it's Elon Musk's. It's one of his many things that he's like working on right now. So essentially, it's a chip in your head, and they put this in your brain. And at first, what it would do is it would help with like spinal cord injuries, people with like cerebral palsy. But then it would evolve into basically being a computer in your mind. And it's like, I don't know about you guys, but like that shit freaks me the hell out, bro.
Weird.
They're already experimenting on it with a chip. And the chimp is, I don't know how old the chimp is, but like they have Neuralink in the chimp's head, and the chimp is playing Pong.
Yeah.
So pretty simple, but without his hands, just as mine.
Yeah, that's weird.
And like Elon said, like you're gonna be able to communicate without words.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Bro, I'm not a fan of that at all.
No,
like I feel like you're gonna create two separate classes. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna be expensive. It's not gonna be like a cheap thing.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have the people that can afford it, and then you're gonna have the people that can't afford it.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be like a whole another like COVID thing, bro. You're just gonna divide people.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm not a
I'm
fan.
trying to think of another story I have. I'm still in my mind that question. I don't even like know. The Ohio State thing is pretty good. Like everything about it.
Were there any parties that you went to at Ohio State like that time?
No, but I was down there like for Oregon the week. Like we went down like to like some bar and stuff. Like when we were,
Yeah, what was that like?
We were going to Midway, and behind me was Michi Johnson, and like everyone called me Yan. He always called me Yan. He's like, "Is that Yan?" I'm like, "Oh, is that Michi Johnson call my name?"
You're not gonna correct him.
No, hell no,
It's
I never
Michi.
did. Yeah, I was like, "Let's stop Michi." Like dapped him up and stuff. It was pretty funny.
Damn, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know, like people like that. Like when you have like, high profile people. Like I would never correct anybody.
Oh hell no! I'm like, what's up, bro?
Yeah, it just doesn't. I wouldn't do it.
Oh, never. I'm like, what's up, bro? He called me game all the time. Like, it's funny. I love it.
What like we were talking about the growing technology earlier? Like, what do you see? Do you just plan like to keep it and just be done with it after a little bit, or like?
I haven't really thought about any of this. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like to think about it too much because like I really enjoy how it's been going so far. Like, it's changed my life. Like this page. Like,
Yeah.
I've met so many new people from it. I've met some of my best friends from it. Like, it really like it's changed a lot. Like, a lot of respect from it. A lot of people like really show a lot of support to me from it. So
Yeah.
it's wild.
Well, I know you've obviously inspired me to have you on because I was scrolling through the page and I was like, no way, I have to get him on, bro. And you've definitely inspired other people, I would imagine too. Because I remember I was 4th grade, maybe just playing around making edits.
Yeah.
Because I saw it on social media and never would have thought that it could take somebody like to this point, bro.
Yeah, I didn't either, but
this is crazy. So like, do you have like, is it like a legit LLC or you like, how's that work?
What do you mean?
Like the business, if you like would even call it a business, like you have the 4 guys obviously.
Yeah.
How does that work? How is like, is there like an agreement set up where they work like so and so hours, or is it just
No, like right now they're running it all. Like they're doing a lot of stuff right now. I'm doing that. Like, we just rotate it. Like I'll make posts, they make posts. Like you'll get a little thing for it. It's been good so far.
That's cool. That's cool.
I love that. Like those dudes, my dude. Like they do a really good job. They've been killing it.
Huh?
They've been killing it.
So like, how far away are they? Are they just
George
like
is in New York, and the other two like Florida.
Huh? How'd you? Was it just you met them through college?
No, I met him through like Instagram. I've known George forever. And we used to collab on ads all the time. I was like, let's bring you in. Like, let's do work together. Come to my page. Like, I want you. Like, you're the man with it. But Ethan and Tyler were DMing me one day, and like, I trust them a lot. Like, what they were saying, I was like, yeah, I can trust these dudes.
Yeah.
I really like. It's hard to trust somebody from Florida. Like, it's far, but like,
yeah,
they really like knew what they were doing. Like, they know what they were talking about. Like, they know their business shit. Like, these dudes like know what they're doing.
How long did it take for you like gain their trust? Because obviously, like
not
you said,
long.
Really?
We just like talked for hours. And I was like, yeah, these dudes, we can do it. We can do something special.
You saw the work. You saw the vision.
Yeah, I had faith in them. And they're doing a really good job right now. Like, can't really.
Is there any like time where like you kind of like doubted yourself? Because self-doubt is a big thing, like on the way to who you become now and like where you're at now.
Yeah, a little bit like when I wasn't gaining it, like beginning of my junior year, like I wasn't gaining followers or anything. It was really slow. It was like depressing at times. Like, dude, like what am I doing wrong? Like, why was I gaining 1,000 followers a month, 200 followers a month, 3,000 followers a month? But right now I can't even gain fucking 400. Like, it sucks at times. Like, it's just an Instagram page people are gonna say, but like, but like, I'm trying to make money off of it. I'm trying to get like big off of it. So,
exactly.
like, it sucks at times. Like, what the hell are you doing wrong, Johnny? Like, is your work not doing good? People or other editors getting better than you, like putting better stuff out than you? Because it's a competition at the end of the day. Like, I want to make money selling edits.
Of course.
I want the best dudes to post my edits. Like, it's a competition every time. Because they're not just asking you for an edit for a commit. They're asking like 4 other dudes for a commitment edit.
Exactly. It's a big deal.
And they're going to pick the best one. So at the time I was like, yeah, I got to change some shit up. I got to like do better.
Yeah. And how do you become the best? Like, what's your process if you're like competing with people? How do you like ensure that they're going to pick yours?
I mean, it's just a connection you have with them. Like, you want to hit them up all the time and make sure they're good. So if they want to edit, you got to make it for them. You want to offer them edits all the time. And the more you offer that stuff and post them, they're going to be like, okay, he supports me a lot. I'm going to post his edit for my commitment because he's done a lot for me.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. Like, the kid, my friend Ryan Conway, he went to Seton Hall. I mean, one of the best guys I've connected with. We used to FaceTime every day, like, for 6 months straight. Like, he's at Tossin now. He's transferred there. Wish him the best. Like, love the kid. Shows so much support. I would make him all his edits. He'd tell me all about his recruitment. It was like my friend Cam now, but he lived in Maryland. So, like, we just FaceTime out. He'd tell me, like, Maryland reached out. Pitt reached out. Villanova reached out. Like, oh, that's sweet, bro. He told me all about it. And like, you just gotta build connection with these guys. Like, when you hit them up young, like I hit up Paulo Banchero when he's a freshman in high school for an edit. Terrence Clark, you know who that is? Where's a piece of him? Like, I was hitting up when he was a sophomore in high school for an edit. Like, he posted my top 6 edit, and I made his top 6 edit and his top 10 edit. Really? He posted both of them.
Wow.
And like, he posted like on my birthday the top 6 edit. It was sweet. Like,
that's cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was like my 16th birthday. He posted the top 6 edit. A lot of those guys, like, when you hit them up young and support them for a long time, they'll always remember you and post you.
Really?
I remember Josh Christopher I made him an edit for Michigan, like a what if edit. It was the best Michigan what if edit I've seen yet. Like, it was sweet. Like, he put on his main story. Like, it's the best edit I've had made for me yet. It was dope.
Wow.
I have it on my Instagram somewhere. I saved it.
But that's so cool. Like, so basically, the formula for anybody starting out, and I'll kind of form this into a question. But basically, like, one of the things that you could do is like hit these guys up young. So
Yeah, you got to.
You're invested because these are personal relationships
Because
that
like
you're gonna have to do for years.
these dudes can make the NBA. Like a lot of these guys have made the NBA, and when you hit them up young because they'll remember it. They're gonna appreciate it when you're there from the start when they aren't too big yet. Like Paulo Banchero, I remember hitting him up 2018. I was in Greece in the summer. I'll never forget. I was in my hotel in Greece. I did him for an edit. I was like, "You want to offer an edit?" He was like, "Yeah, of course." Jabari Smith. So this, my friend, like I said, my friend Kylan and Dawn were playing 2K 2 weeks ago. And they're like, "You know Jan Edis?" He's like, "Yeah, I have DMs with him." Like this is in the NBA.
Sweet.
They're playing 2K with him.
That's sweet.
And he was like, "Yeah, our boy Jan Edis, he's done these some edits before. I made a couple of edits for Jabari." He's like, "Yeah, I remember how I have him in my DMs. I have DMs with him."
That's so cool,
Like,
man.
if you see my contacts are crazy.
That's awesome. Man.
I should show you.
Yeah, I would love. That'd be awesome,
Like,
man.
I show my friends it all the time. I always show my boys the contacts.
That's sweet. This is so cool, man. Look at that. Wow.
I mean, all the big players.
That's so cool.
A lot of big NBA guys. Jalen Green, Jalen Hardy, Chet. It's a lot. It's a lot.
So cool, man. So
Chris Livingston. I mean, there's some big NBA guys in here.
that's sweet.
I have some football guys like Drew Aller, Penn State guy right now.
Really?
5-star, yeah.
Wow.
Who do you know? Oh, Jaden Ivey.
Mm,
That's a big one. Jaden
Wow.
Ivey.
that's sweet.
Yeah.
So like, I want to go off of kind of what I just said. So like, for somebody who's coming up right now, right, who maybe they're in 5th, 6th grade too, and they have an interest, and they say, okay, I see this guy, he's really successful. How would I be able to do what he's doing? Like, what's your step process for them, basically?
I mean, in my opinion, you gotta think like you have to think like you're gonna be big. Like I was like, I'm gonna be big one day. I'm gonna try my best to get big on Instagram one day. Like, you have to think like that. I feel like, but like you just gotta like try out new things like with the editing stuff. Like there's always new styles to get good at, and like people DM all the time. Like, how do you get so big, Johnny? Like editors. I'm like, just post more, be more engaged, comment on everyone's photos, like big accounts so they can like see your page and stuff. Like post on your story, tag guys. It's a whole process. Like you want to be connected with everybody. You want people to repost your stories when you tag them, your edits when you make them. It's just a long way. Like, it's a lot, but I feel like a big way, like when I put an edit of somebody, they'd share to their story, so everyone would see it, and that's a lot of likes you're gonna get from that.
Definitely,
and
for sure.
followers. Like it's a lot. It's a big process to it. Like
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, you go.
When you mentioned that there's like a lot of styles, like what do you mean by that? Like what type of styles
Like
are there?
when we commitment edits, like one time we do it with like a more of a blur background with like a Bleacher Report kind of style. You see, like make edits, like there's a background's plain, it's like a like the arena kind of.
Yeah.
Then you'll do like edit, like you go out this world, make an edit with like I don't know, like I don't know. It's hard to say. There's so many edit styles you could do. Like I've always tried to change my stuff up all the time. You have to. Even my friend George, he's been changing it up all the time. Like his stuff right now looks amazing.
Really? What do you find is like the most successful style, if that makes sense, or is that like not a thing?
Not
Does it
really.
depend?
I mean, it really depends. Like all commitment edits, like we do like arena backgrounds. Like that's the big thing we've been doing lately. Like we do like the arena in the background, player with the jersey swap and stuff.
That's cool.
We've been doing a lot of that lately, and it looks really good.
Yeah, like I said before, like your shit is, it's quality.
Yeah.
There's just nothing else to say. I felt like a creep scrolling through
That's
earlier
funny.
before this, bro. But like it was.
It came a long way.
Yeah,
My
bro.
work has came a long way.
I just want to say, it's you're doing a good job.
Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. I mean, it means everything. Like for real. I love to hear it.
Yeah, bro. Trey had a question.
No, I love the questions.
So ESPN's top 5 or top 4 players were all international for this season. It was Giannis,
Yeah, I saw that.
Jokic,
Luka,
and
Embiid.
Do you think those guys deserve their top 4 spots, or do you think a guy like a Kevin Durant, LeBron James should still be in those top 4, top 3 spots?
I think Katie and LeBron are 1 and 2 for a long time.
Yeah, 'cause
But I think the international game's changing a lot. Like a lot of international guys are turning into the future.
well, I did see it was Luca, and I think maybe Kyrie said that too. Like the FIBA rules are just harder.
It
That's
is
just
harder.
it.
Yeah, the FIBA's harder to score on. It seems like because like you can goaltend and stuff. Like Rudy Gobert is so much dominant in like FIBA than he is in NBA. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
bro.
he can do all that stuff.
Because like I don't know, I feel like the NBA, like the defensive rules, they're just like it encourages offense because
Yeah.
naturally that's what the viewers want.
Mhm.
But I just feel like over time, like it's just gonna. I don't know. I kind of feel like it's gonna negatively backfire on the NBA to an extent.
Yeah.
Because audiences also like if it's like 150 to like 148,
Yeah.
it's like okay, where's the defense? You know what I mean? What do you think about that?
I mean, I agree with it kind of, but it's weird. Like, it's two different games. Like,
Yeah.
it's different both rules. Like, people struggle, and like, I feel like FIBA guys will struggle playing in the NBA, and NBA guys struggle playing in FIBA because like it's just different, more aggressive, and like one's more about like I don't know, it's different.
Every now and then you get like your outlier. And
Yeah.
you get that foreign team that beats like an NBA team.
Yeah, it
in the
happens. That happens once in a
preseason,
while. Like,
occasionally, but yeah, it's definitely. I think definitely the talent in the NBA is 100% better. I don't think there's any question there. But in terms of the rules and
It's different,
defenses and
yeah.
all, that's just
Way
like you said,
different.
different.
yeah,
It's yeah,
way different.
I agree. Trey, do you have any more questions before we wrap this up? All right, well, Johnny, it's been a pleasure.
Pleasure.
Man.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah,
I
thank you
appreciate
for
it
coming
so
on.
much.
Where can everybody find you? First the page, and then anything else you want to promote, just look into that.
Yon Edits on Instagram. Yon.edits. Give it
I
a
gotcha.
follow.
Awesome, man. Well, once again, thank you for coming on. It's been a pleasure.
No,
I've
that was
learned a
really
lot.
fun. I had a good time. Appreciate you for this.
Of course, man.
Lots of love.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
That was good.
That was awesome.